Danielle makes the stop in the secondary for Denver. 1st and 10. The fake. Good block in there, and down it goes. Caught at the 30.
Welcome to the Fins tailgate. It's where we elevate. Miami Dolphins talk, yeah, we never hesitate. Breaking news, hot takes, we keep it up to date. And when the fans speak up, the panel resonates. We live that aqua and orange from the field to the mic. Breaking down the plays, man, we talk it every night. From Tua to the defense, you know we keep it tight. NFL moves, you know we got the insight. We open up the floor, yeah, it's your time to shine. Fans drop the heat with opinions realigned. You got concerns, bring them, we're gonna chime. The Fins tailgate's where we keep it prime. Welcome to the Fins tailgate, it's where we elevate. Miami Dolphins talk, yeah, we never hesitate. Breaking news, hot takes, we keep it up to date. And when the fans speak up, the panel resonates. The NFL's changing, but we stay on the grind. Latest breaking stories, we don't waste no time. From the trades to the rumors, we make them all align. At the Fins tailgate, we always on the climb. We're repping the Dolphins, but it's NFL wide. From South Beach to the league, we keep it worldwide. Got the fans engaged with the energy supplied. Come kick it at the tailgate, we're riding high tide. Welcome to the Fins tailgate, it's where we elevate. Miami Dolphins talk, yeah, we never hesitate. Breaking news, hot takes, we keep it up to date. And when the fans speak up, the panel resonates. So if you love the game, you know we got the gate. Tune in, speak out, don't wait, it's your fate. This is the Fins tailgate, now watch us dominate. Miami Dolphins, NFL, yeah, we integrate.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to WCFL DolFans Talk. Hope y'all are having a wonderful night tonight. I'm Papa Paul, your host. And where do we go from here with the Dysfunctional Dolphins? That's a good question. Scott Jackson, welcome to the show. Nightmare74, thank you. Hit the like button, everybody. Meanwhile, I'm going to go ahead and bring on my co-host so far. We got Mr. Johnny O. What's going on, Johnny?
What's up, Pop Paul? How are you, brother?
I'm doing fine and dandy. Can't complain. It wouldn't matter anyway. No one listens.
No, they listen to our show, and all we do is complain about the Dolphins because they suck. So
Next, we have Ollie the Persian.
What's going on, gentlemen? How are you?
what's up, Ollie?
Fine and dandy, just like a hard candy Christmas.
Yeah, every day is a day in paradise. Every day is another day for Tua to open his mouth. So
Yeah.
that's what I gotta say.
Yeah, Tua needs to stay the hell away from the media. God damn.
I'm kind of like, all right. All off season, I've been saying that this guy needs to hold himself accountable for what he does, or somebody needs to hold him accountable. Today, he decides to walk back to a whole week of stuff that he's been saying, right? Oh, I meant it with good intent. However, it's, at the same time, he took accountability, but then point the blame back at the media. Did you guys notice that?
I didn't see that today. I worked a long day, so.
Okay, so this is how he started. They had a press conference, right? I figured there's going to be questions and stuff. And immediately it starts off with him apologizing to his teammates for the comments he made, that he shouldn't have done that, and that he takes accountability and it was his fault or whatever. However, he felt like it was in good intent, something to that effect. And then he turns around and says, it was definitely within good intent. No matter how you guys construed it or whatever, he was talking about the media. He mentions the media and how they basically analyzed it, construed it. There's no way to construe it. You said players are still showing up to meetings late. You said it. The media didn't say that. The media didn't say, are players showing up late? No, they didn't even ask you that question, right? The question was, in fact, I went back and looked at it. It was basically asking, with all the noise in the background, especially from the fan base and stuff, they were basically asking him, how do you feel about it? And he went on to say, basically say, well, with all the leaders and everything, we got to hold ourselves accountable for, missing meetings and whatnot. And I'm like, we're still having this issue. Can't be Tyreek Hill because Tyreek Hill's not in the building, right? We joked about that all off season. Who is it now? When are you going to start using the word I? Well, he did finally today, with the caveat that it's the media and how they construed everything. So I think it's a weak stance. I don't even think he should have backwalked what he felt. No matter how bad players or former players are saying about him. Look, the reality is this. Nobody respects Tua Tagovailoa. Not the current players, not former players, not players abroad. Nobody does. Not the media. All the people that were backing him up those first couple seasons, like Ocho and all these other people that used to say good things about him, they're turning around and running the opposite direction now. Their shows are about how bad he is and how he's not a leader of men, right? My point is he has dug himself a hole, and he's still, even though he said, he apologized, he did it with a caveat, and that's an issue that I have because he still shows he can't take accountability. He can't just face the facts and say, you know what, you're right, this is my fault, and do something about it. He can't.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure what he has to take accountability for. I mean, he gave us a lead. The special teams and defense lost it. He's given us leads in other games, and I'm not sticking up for Tua because, trust me, I can't stand him talking to the media right now. He needs to stay the hell away from the media, walk in, say, I'm here because I have to be so I don't get fined, don't say a damn word, and leave the goddamn room. His antics, or whatever you want to call it, ever since he signed his check, are getting worse and worse and worse. You want to turn your team off? You want players not to back you? You want your teammates? I'm waiting for one of these linemen that, just to not even put his hands up and just watch the guy go by and slam into Tua, because he's got to be pissing the entire locker room off. He's a professional athlete. You don't call him out like that. You do that in private. That's done in the locker room, not out in the public media and then to say that the media misconstrued it. Well, then we all must be part of the media, because I took it the same way the media did. He's trying to throw people under the bus without naming them, Mike McDaniel being one of them. I think that was totally pointed at McDaniel when he says that the team isn't functioning well and stuff like that. I think he's pointing right at the coach, and the coach is stuck up for him more than anybody else.
And I agree with you, but what I want him to take accountability for is his words. And, he kind of did today. But why did you turn around and say it's the media's fault? Why did you do that? You didn't need to do that. Had he not brought up the media at the end of apologizing, it wouldn't have been such a bad thing. Let's look at it. Let's go all the way back to the preseason, right? Was it Tyreek Hill that came out and had to have these come to reality conversations with the media about Tua Tagovailoa? No, he didn't. He kept to himself for the most part, right? And then in one instance, he even said, you know what? Tua's right. We got to do what we got to do and whatnot. It was Tua Tagovailoa opening his mouth, saying we need to hold him accountable and holding Tyreek to the fire, right? That was Tua Tagovailoa. But did you see last week when Tua Tagovailoa opened his mouth about being late to meetings, and we still have players doing that? A former player opens his mouth and says, you know what? Even though I was there a short time, it was you, Tua, that was late. He was even late to a meeting. How can he be the one that wants to hold everybody accountable, right? When he's not leading by example, right? I want to also hold Tua Tagovailoa accountable for the errant passes that he made that could have contributed to us losing the game last week. Let's not forget, he did have 3 picks. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, but he still drove down the field and had the game won.
He still had the game won?
Yeah, he drove down, he finally got us in the position we needed to be. The defense failed. I agree with him. I would have called them all out. That's so dysfunctional down there right now. I know you're not supposed to go to it, but what else you got to lose? They need to clear house.
I'm sorry. I don't care. I don't care that it bounced off of Waddle's hand or whatever. He still threw the pick with the beginning drive. Let's not forget that. And
I'm not saying he didn't do anything bad or whatever like that, but like I said, they need to be held accountable. Everybody wants to blame Tua for, we already know he's half par, but it's so dysfunctional. Nobody's showing up. It's not just Tua's fault, and they want to blame everything on Tua. Now, I would have been pissed if he would have named out the guys. That would have been a different story. But I think what he did was fine. I just think there's enough of it, and McDaniel's not being very accountable either, and I think it's a joke, and the whole thing is collapsed, and it's just terrible.
Yeah,
I think the biggest reason it's collapsed is McDaniel.
Yep, McDaniel and Greer. It's the reason why.
I disagree. I'm sorry. I strongly disagree with that. The reason I disagree it's collapsed is because the fact is that you have. Well, okay, I'll take that back for a second. You are right. Greer is part of the problem because he's the one and whoever else in the collective brought these players here in the first place. But last time I checked, it's the players that execute in the game. It's the players who play the game, right? And if you go back and watch video and actually analyze the all 22, you'll see in every play that McDaniel's calling, there's open people. There's people open that Tua could have gotten the ball to. So to say it's McDaniel, it's the problem that we're failing on the field. I'm sorry, I disagree with that. I also disagree that it's McDaniel's fault that we're having these issues in the locker room, right? Because who votes on the captains? Is it McDaniel that votes on the captains, or is it the players? Please remind me.
Yes, but it doesn't matter who your captains are. But if they're not listening to the captains, which obviously that's showing between Brooks and McDaniel, are showing that McDaniels needs to start holding these guys accountable. You guys are forgetting about, Fangio saying about them all going out partying and doing stuff. But you guys are all forgetting about that. But let's just blame Tua for everything because this team is not being – your GM should be taking money from their pockets. They should be finding the shit out of them, and they're not doing anything about it. But let's go back to blame Tua again. Yes, Tua has sucked. But to blame it all on Tua, yes, he's making a pile of money and he's not doing very good. But to blame Tua is ridiculous.
I'm sorry, but you might be thinking I'm blaming it all on Tua, but I'm not doing that actually.
But I'm just saying the whole media, everybody's bashing Tua. Yes, but
because he's the one who opened his mouth. I'm sorry.
Dude.
But somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to do it, though. Somebody has to do it.
Dude, he wouldn't be blaming Tua if he wasn't blaming everybody else.
You can't, whatever they're saying about the kettle being black or whatever, and then try to tell her whatever that saying is. But yeah, that's ridiculous.
Let's pull up the videos of him being scared of a defender about to tackle him, and he throws the ball all wobbly in the fucking air because he doesn't want to take the tackle. Is that McDaniel's fault?
I understand that the quarterback is the most important position on the team, and it sets the tone, the culture, everything on and off the field. Then I'm sorry, but that is the reason why he's getting blamed. That's why they're cooking him left and right. Because
they're cooking him because they have nothing else to do. But he literally had the game. Our defense blew the game.
We have nothing else to do besides watch him flunk every fucking game and blame everybody else.
How did he flunk it? He still could have won. He could have thrown 5 interceptions. He brought the team down, scored a touchdown with Waller. What else would you want him to do? He finished the game like he wanted. The game was there. The team failed. Anthony Weaver failed our team.
He didn't score in the third quarter. That's why we lost.
Still bad coaching. The plays were terrible. McDaniel's throwing screens. You can't do anything throwing screens behind the line, stacking the box with 10 guys. Not happening.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing with you.
Derek is here to protect. I'm sorry. Derek is here as Tua's lawyer. So okay, I get where we're at now.
But hold on.
Tua sucks this year. I don't believe Tua deserves the money and stuff. But
he's weak as fuck. I'm sorry. All these issues. Let me ask you this question. Straight up. Let me ask you this. Do you think if we had a Josh Allen here, would we have all the same problems? Yes or no?
There's a good possibility.
No.
at all.
If we
Bullshit. No, we would not.
Tell me why. Tell me why. Winners, tell me why that wouldn't. You can have one superstar and have shit all the way around you.
First, all right. So here's wait. So first thing first. Good evening, everybody. That's first. Okay. Number one, Derek. I'm gonna tell you this straight up, right? And people play organized sports on this fucking panel, and probably people listening, right? First thing first. Whatever, like Johnny O just said, whatever goes on in the locker room should not come to head to the media. That's number one. Number two, if you pay a motherfucker $212 million, $161 million guaranteed, and he say the dumbest shit that he's been saying for the last few weeks, you're gonna be pissed the fuck off. I don't care that because you threw 3 interceptions. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. You threw 3 interceptions. Okay? You had -7 yards in the third quarter, okay? At the end of the day, bro, as the leader of the team, you are fully responsible for getting the troops together. They don't respect him, Derek. That team does not respect Tua at all. So with that being said, this little thing of, let's blame Tua. Tua deserves all of the fucking blame. When you sign a show me your money and all that bullshit, you deserve the blame that comes along with it, my friend. Because guess what? We are 1-16 against teams above 500. Think about that for a second. You telling me that he ain't a part of that blame, bro? He is. As fans, we're tired of the dumb shit. I'll take it over, Ali. I'll let you, like, real shit. Like, real shit, bro. At the end of the day, dude, he sucks. He fucking sucks. We're tired of the fuck shit. We're gonna lose against Cleveland this week because our run defense can't stop shit. We're gonna lose. Like, we're getting tired of this bullshit. And he says the dumbest shit on the fucking podium. So after a while, you get tired of this dumb shit when you don't produce on the fucking field. Are you not getting that? Because after a while, it's like, everybody blames Tua. Dude, you're the leader. You're the reason why players are not showing up to players-only meetings. You're the reason, because they don't respect you, dog. They don't. You're not a dog. You're not a leader. For real, because after a while, like, everybody on this panel loves this team. But I'll be damned if you want to sit there and tell me that this man don't deserve the full fucking blame. When you sign that $212 million contract, you get all the criticism that come along with it. That's anybody. That's real shit. Do you want to compare Josh Allen to Tua? Wait, hold on a second. You want to compare Josh Allen to Tua? Josh Allen has taken his team to an AFC championship game. He has taken his team to the playoffs. He put everybody on his back, and he sat there and the man got knocked out in the fucking game, got smelling salt, went back in the fucking game, and led his team to victory. So you can't even compare the two. That ball got bigger balls than Tua will ever have in his game. You know this. So how are you sitting there saying that this man don't deserve this shit? Come on, man.
I never want to say he didn't deserve it. He doesn't deserve half of the blame. He deserves part of the blame. But look at the coaching. Look at everything that's around Josh Allen. Tua has said some dumb stuff, done some stupid stuff, but you can't blame it all on him. He had the game won for us. End of story. End of fucking story. He had the game won.
Game, do you see someone throw 3 fucking picks in one game? Doesn't score in the third quarter.
No, it doesn't matter. What was the score when he threw the touchdown? What was the score?
He didn't score.
What was the score?
Means we lost the game. Even El Cap.
We didn't lose the game. Well, but I'm saying I'm not.
Hold on.
Understand that, but the playing call.
Derek, hold on. El Cap laid out all the numbers, all the facts about if you don't score in the third quarter, statistics show you're losing that game. Mm-hmm. Every time, almost every time. And in addition to it, and so don't tell me he had the game won, because the moment he didn't score in the third quarter, we lost. And then on top of it, you don't even have to use Josh Allen. You can go ahead and look at guys like, I'll even say Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts. You can look at several other quarterbacks. I guarantee you wouldn't see them talking like what Tua has done, let alone throwing 3 picks. Look at the very last pick he threw with 5 seconds left in the game. Are you going to blame?
That was terrible. No, that was just stupid.
He was ready to go home.
That was him.
Get out of here.
Yeah, he was right. I'm not saying, but I'm just all I'm saying, guys.
Hey, don't lie. That's motherfucking Jason Sanders down there, bro. Look at this guy. That's Jason fucking Sanders. I don't care. Nate.
Listen,
Nate
y'all
Cutt.
were
That's Jason motherfucking Sanders. Shut up.
it's all football, y'all. It's not just
I can't hear what he's saying. Do you guys hear him?
all four phases. Get rid of every single one of them. No other quarterback in this league would do good in this offense. Tua gets the ball fastest. He has no time. Look at the best quarterback that ever played the game, Tom Brady. You hurried him. If you rushed him, he sucked. It's a proven fact. Go look at his gameplay.
Okay, all right. Nate, you just said that no other quarterback could do good in this offense.
Good one
now, why is Brock Purdy doing good? Why is Mac Jones doing good in this offense?
Because they don't got the same system. This system is built around Tua. This system is designed for Tua.
It's virtually the same offense.
No, they're not, because those guys throw the ball over the middle and Tua can't.
Can't throw 80 yards. Baker Mayfield can throw 80 yards. Jared Goff can throw 80 yards. That's the difference.
Wait. Go back. Johnny O, what did you just say about Tua? Tua can't do what? Say it again.
He can't throw the ball over the middle because he can't see, and the other quarterbacks you're talking about can throw the ball over the middle.
Bro, wait, hold up. What because Tua eats in the middle of the field. Tua hits slants. Like, I don't want to hear that the Tua can't throw.
Where you been?
What? Go watch previous games. Go watch previous games when he might set his wide receivers up for injury in the meantime, but he'd be hitting in the middle. In the numbers, in the hashes, that's Tua's like go-to spot. This year, no. This year it has not.
And not even last year. Last year he was really bad at it as well. It was 2023 was the last time we saw the high-flying offense that everybody thought that Tua Tagovailoa was brought here for, right? We haven't seen it since.
Right.
It's gone, right?
But let me ask you this, Ollie. Go back and look at the third quarter. How many screen passes were done?
That was it.
And how many times did we try to run walk?
That was it.
Think about why we have to throw those screen passes, though. That's something that you guys, the people that are supporting Tua, they don't do. They don't actually look at the reason why we have to do that.
I mean, I'm not supporting him all the way. I think we should bench him. I honestly think. I just think all the blame should be on him, but he's making the money. But
the first man. You want to bench the first man, and I don't like Tua. I'm the first one that says his gameplay is horrible. But you want to bench the first man that actually took oath and pointed the finger at somebody. If players ain't showing up, if people don't show up at my job, they're pointing fingers at them. Just because you're playing in the NFL doesn't mean you don't get fingers pointed at you when you ain't showing up.
But Nate, how
But
can
your job doesn't do that in the media.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Point them the fuck out and show these fans. These guys ain't showing up. It ain't me. How am I supposed to throw to Waddle if he ain't showing up to 3 out of 4 player meetings a week? How am I supposed to get a block from Jackson if Jackson ain't showing up 2 times a week? That's what I'm saying. Y'all are putting a finger at Tua, and I don't like him. I think he should be gone. I'm not saying that. But no quarterback is going to do good.
But Nate,
get rid of everybody.
I gotta ask you this though: how can you take him serious when these two factors? Number one, do you guys know that the all players meetings are not even being called by him? Waddle was the one that was calling the all players meetings. It was Waddle that was doing all the talking. Tua even told the media that, right? And in addition, when you have a former player, regardless of how long he's been here, calling you out, saying that exact same thing that you're calling people out, you did yourself. Fuck you. You're a poser. That's what you are. You're posing as a fucking quarterback in this league. You don't belong in this league. You're
Turn up, Ollie.
Men. You are the problem. You are the cancer.
Everybody that's knocking this dude right now,
preach, brother.
Wait in his career has said we love Tua. We love Tua. Oh, Tua's the best. Every single, and I don't want to hear, oh no, we didn't. Everybody has some.
They all soft, Nate. They soft as fuck.
All soft. All of them.
They all soft. Listen, what Tua should have done is came to the podium today and answered it like, yeah, I called their bitch asses out, stood on business. Then I'd have been like, fuck right. Okay, all right. He should have leaned into it, not came out and apologized. I told everybody.
The balls that he did show up.
But listen, you say that.
Yeah, because the balls that he had just went back, just got sucked back up in him. For him to try to become a leader and stand out to show something, Now they made him go around and
he
put his
walks it back.
Hey, but you know what's ironic?
Good
Ironically,
evening, guys. Good evening. Good evening. Good
good
evening.
evening.
What's up, Russell?
Hey, what's up? Hey,
How are you guys? I wanted to say something because I listened to you guys all rant and rave, and you all have valid points. Our team is very dysfunctional. I'm not going to sit here and define who's right and who's wrong. I played football. I did well in football. One major thing we all know is you shouldn't bring your house business out into the public. Whether you were a kid or a man, your mom should tell you whatever goes on in our house stays in our house. I'm not going to sit here and say two is bad, two is good.
But that house is
listen,
broken. The house.
Listen, just listen for a second, my brother. We got 53 chiefs. We don't have any Indians. Everybody's doing their own thing. Everybody's pointing fingers at everybody else. Our team is dysfunctional. Tua had his moments. He's had bad moments. Our offensive line is dysfunctional. Our defense is dysfunctional. Derek did make a point. Tua did throw 3 interceptions. He wasn't great, but the defense couldn't make one play in 39 seconds.
Exactly.
Well,
We took Billy. I don't care. I hear you, Ali. I heard you saying we didn't do nothing in the third quarter, but Tua gave us the lead with 39 seconds. We needed one defensive stop. We didn't get it.
Let's not forget special teams gave him the ball to 41.
That's right. So we did. It's all phases. We can't sit and say it was just Tua. Tua had a hand in it. But we took the lead 27-26. Johnny O, it was nice meeting you at the game. Derek, nice meeting you also.
Nice to meet you.
Shake money as always. None but love. And Papa Paul. We were all there. When the Dolphins played a horrible first half, they had the lead 13-9. The third quarter, we were 3 and outs on the 2 first drives. But the very first drive of the third quarter, the Chargers ate up 8 minutes and scored on our defense. We got the ball 3 and out. The defense is back. The defense was exhausted. We looked like we were a northern team playing in the South, where we play in the South all year long.
I got one more
team. Our team is based on a stubborn head coach. That 5 to 6 passes behind the line of scrimmage does not work. Whether you go left, right, however you want to look at it.
Who drafted Tua? That's what I want to ask you. Who drafted Tua?
Greer drafted Tua.
Technically, we can't answer that because we don't even know if Greer's making all the picks. There's this collective that everybody talks about.
Cosa Nostra.
Who was the head coach when Tua started in the NFL?
Flores.
Okay, where was Mike McDaniel? Where was Mike McDaniel?
He was in San Francisco. He was their run coordinator.
Who did he go out in the draft and get?
He didn't have no say in who he got. He's the run coordinator. He's not the GM.
Listen, listen.
You listen. He's not even the head coach. The head coach was Shanahan. He's the run coordinator of the 49ers.
Yes, but if you have...
He wasn't the offensive coordinator. He was the run coordinator.
Ay, Dios mío.
The one that told the QB coach in San Fran, if you ever watched Hard Knocks, it's on a piece of it. He told their offensive coach to go after Prudy. Don't get rid of McDaniel. He ain't the one that made all these moves and got all these top people in here. He's not.
I'm gonna tell you this, my brother. Just on eyes and ears, we all know McDaniel and Greer are probably they're probably not going anywhere.
Greer needs to go.
No. Yeah, we all say that. But Ross likes both of them. Ross didn't give McDaniel an extension because he had nothing better to do. He likes him. He wants to make it work. We all see it. We all are upset about it. But we don't pay the bills.
Yep. Hey,
we can sit and argue till we're blue in the face about coaches, GMs, whatever. If Stephen Ross, who is the owner, doesn't do anything, what are we to say? The only way you can hurt people like that is in the pocket.
Well, you ain't gonna hurt Ross's pocket anytime soon.
Yeah, no,
don't
look. The game's not hurting him.
That's what I'm saying. That you have to let him know he's losing money in order for him to make a change. You know what I'm saying? We all have valid points. We all love the Dolphins. We all see things differently, obviously. We see things similar. But Tua can't be on TV throwing everybody under the bus and then expect on Sunday that everything's peaches and cream. Because as a lineman, a defensive end, a cornerback, you're looking at this guy as your leader. He's your franchise leader. No matter how bad, good, indifferent. Everybody has bad games. We're all human. We all make mistakes. We all have flaws. But push comes to shove, you're the leader. And if they don't respect the leader, what are you to do? I'm hearing people say, "Oh, we should start Quinn Ewers." Come on, man. Cut it out.
No.
Yeah.
Quinn Ewers is nothing but another Tua.
Yes, he is. Johnny O, you're correct. He is.
Yep.
And people don't realize this. The Dolphins the season was over week 1. There is no way you come out week 1 when everybody's pumped with enthusiasm for the season opener and play like that against the Colts.
Yep.
They made Daniel Jones look like Joe Montana.
I got a question.
But real quick, I just want to point out the fact that at the end of the day, this is Ross's beer money. He could give two shits. He
makes less money.
Fact.
That's funny stuff.
Totally
You know, Shake, he's a real estate agent. He gives two shits about the Dolphins. He's more interested in Formula One racing and hobnobbing, soccer, tennis. He don't care about the football team. That's apparent.
That's why, hey, listen, there's a saying, you go where your butter is bred. That's why he's always in New York. That's where his butter is bred.
He's a real estate guy.
Hey, Russell, real quick, just because you made me think about it. Derek, man, I'm sorry if I went at you hard. I'm just a passionate fan. And
Ali, I'm with you 110%. I've been a Dolphin fan since 1970. Half of you guys weren't even born.
I got you. I just wanted to let Derek
know. And Derek had valid points. You know, we all sat there at the game. Johnny O, Shake, me, Papa Paul. And the whole third quarter, I was disgusted. I had sat next to two Charger fans in lower section 130, a lady and a guy. And she was jumping up and down like a jack in a box that whole third quarter. And I turned to her, and my eyes would go back and forth like when Mike Tyson got out of prison in his first bout. I wanted to actually sock a lady because she had like so much. She had so much fire that I was like, my team is laying an egg right in front of me. I could have just stayed 10 days in St. Thomas, but I'm here for this shit. We took the lead. We took the lead with 39 seconds. I'm saying to myself, why did this kicker kick the ball completely out the end zone and make them start at the 20? No, he shanks it. They run it to the 40. Now, you know their kicker was accurate. He could make it from 60.
It was 47 seconds. I don't know where he's caught with this 39-second thing. It was 47 seconds is when they scored.
It wasn't 49 seconds when they scored.
Yes, there was. There was 47 seconds, and then after the kickoff, it was down to 39.
That's what I'm saying. So when they got the ball, it was 39 seconds. The first play, Jalen Phillips should have had this. They had three guys on him. He threw an incomplete ball. The next play, second down and 10, Jalen Phillips had him wrapped up. He broke the tackle of Jalen Phillips and hit McConkey, Lad McConkey, I think his name is, for an 8-yard pass. He faked out Trader and turned an 8-yard pass into a 49-yard play. Think about that for a second. We had 3 timeouts, and we used them all. They were running the ball just to stay in the middle of the field. So what? That place is that you could stuck a pin in a balloon. The air went right out of that place.
Well, the air went out of the place on the kickoff when they got to the 41 because we all knew what was going to happen.
And they had him sacked first and second down, and both times Herbert shook off the tackler. So, I mean, we can sit till we're blue in the face and say, woulda, coulda, shoulda. Hey, I could have been president. I would have been president. I should have been president. Hey, but I wasn't on the ballot. We're living in woulda, couldas. We have a dysfunctional team, and that's what it is.
Marino needs to be involved with the team, especially the quarterback.
No, he shouldn't. No, he should not.
Yes, he should.
No, do you know Marino?
Dude, I'm from Pennsylvania. I know everything about Dan Marino.
No, you don't, because I've seen that man way too many times walk into a hotel at midnight drunk off his ass. There's no way he should have anything to do with a team.
Hold up. So because he I walk into a hotel lobby drunk. Just because he's in
Y'all-
just because y'all.
But you're also not a legend.
Do this shit.
Actually, hold up, real quick before you want to don Dan Marino as the king. And trust me, Dan Marino is my favorite all-time player of all time of the Miami Dolphins. That's how I became a fan, to be honest. Outside of my grandmother, Dan Marino is technically, in some form or fashion, part of the team. He does have a job within the team. He's advising the team. And right now we're dysfunctional as shit. So I can't even trust him to run this team, to be 100% honest.
The Dolphins are 53 Chiefs and no Indians. There is no alpha on that team. There's no accountability on that team. And it's a lot of finger pointing. It's no different from if you had brothers and sisters and Ma said, don't eat the cookie, and you ate the cookie and everybody's pointing, but mom sees crumbs on all over your clothes and your lips. We all know who's the culprits, but nobody wants to say anything. So it's status quo.
I don't agree with that statement totally, because I believe we do have some dogs. I believe you have to have more dogs around you to be noticed. Like, I think Minka Fitzpatrick's a dog. When he played in Pittsburgh, he was a fucking dog when he had people around him. I mean, it shows. Like, I think Waddle and Hill's a dog. If they go somewhere where they have a quarterback that can throw them the ball, just wait. Just fucking wait, people. They're going to be breaking records everywhere else. They broke records with Tua the first year they were together. Then people figured that system out. That's what happens. Look at RG3.
That's McDaniel's fault. He needs to change the damn system.
He didn't adapt. When the NFL said about the motion and they took that away, that he didn't have a plan B. He stick to with plan A. He never had a plan B or plan C. He never adapted. That's why everybody got so excited over the Denver game. But you also seem to forget, when we beat Denver, we had Connor Williams. We had Isaiah Wynn. We had a better offensive line. Our line was beat up. You got a rookie starting. You got a first-year tackle and Patrick Paul starting. So it's there's going to be a lot of, chemistry issues. And then we bail out on the run all the time.
We have no run.
We have a decent run game when the line's healthy, but our line is not.
Bro, we got lucky against the Chargers team that was beat up on defense and running. Look at the past 3 years. It's disgusting that we can't run the ball like other teams. We can't rely on the run. We got Etienne. Yeah, if he breaks out the outside, he's phenomenal. He breaks a tackle once in a while. Yeah, but he's so small. We have no dominant back.
You know what it is? Johnny O has said this numerous times. We've had 14, 15 different offensive line combinations. And I don't care who you are, whether you're Josh Allen, Dan Marino, Joe Montana, Walter Payton. If your line can't block and the ball is snapped and they're already 2 yards into your backfield, it don't matter who you got back there. And it's apparent. You look at the line. We've heard about the Jonah. Oh, he's this, he's that, he's this. Well, he's a rookie. And he's not even playing on his strong side. We got no Austin Jackson. We got no Cole Strange. We got no James Daniel. So you're talking about key guys that you all off season thought were going to be your starting offensive line, not in the lineup. So you're doing patchwork like we do every other year. You should have known at the start of the year when the Dolphins were giving out 10 to 15 one-year contracts to guys. Why? Because they knew they weren't doing anything. So for us to point blame and say this one, that one, this one, starts up at the top and it all trickles down. We all know as fans, they told you they were rebuilding without telling you. It's facts. We can get mad as we want, but we're not good. We're not good at all. And then in Ross's mind, he's saying, well, if we clear out this, we clear out that. That's why he's going to bring McDaniel back. And we hate to all say it, but it's going to happen. And if he doesn't, he'll go down the well and get another first-year coach, and we'll be right back in this spot again.
We all knew it in the offseason when they said it's a soft rebuild. There is no such thing as a soft rebuild in the NFL. You're either rebuilding or you're not.
And Johnny has said this. We were talking about this way before the draft. Whether it was Saul saying it, whether it was Papa Paul saying it, whether it was Johnny saying it, whether it's Derek saying it, we all said it. And now people are looking at astonishment like they never heard of it. This is the first time they heard of it. It's been out there. When you let guys like Ramsey go, and then you got guys like Deshaun Elliott, who is decent with the Dolphins, he's decent with the Steelers, talking about the culture. And I don't want to be there. And this is why. People knew about it. If you were inside the locker room, you knew about it. Obviously, the outsiders, we're hearing rumors, we're hearing third party because we ain't in the locker room. So for us to sit here and say, oh, well, Tua said this and Tua said that. Yeah, he said those things. And maybe true, he shouldn't have said anything because, keep house business in-house. But sometimes in the heat of battle, you get upset, you say stupid shit that you shouldn't say. And my father used to say it all the time. Once you spit it out, it's like hot sauce. You can't spit it back in. It's out there. And now you have to deal with it. Well, I mean, it sucks for us because we all love the Dolphins. Every single one of us. I don't care who you are, where you live. Shit, I've toned down a lot. I've broken a lot of fucking TVs. I'm going to tell you what. I've thrown a lot of channel changes to some TVs. Believe you me. Best Buy and fucking all the top places out here loved my ass. I was getting a TV every couple weeks.
Hell yeah.
And it's just being, because we care about the team. I was at the game Sunday. I was talking to Johnny O in the parking lot. I was with Crypto. I was with Shake. I met Derek and his friend in front of the Marino statue. We were all, optimistic. But, to lose the way we lost down the stretch, it's just like a hot punch. I spoke with Saul. I was sending Saul pictures. And, it's just for us. We all love the team, but we all are realists. I'm not going to sit here and be, oh, yeah, we're going to Super Bowl. No, but you expect certain things, and you spend good money, whether you're going on trips, whatever you do, whether you buy apparel, whatever your business is, none of mine. But come on, man. We can't sit here and say, oh, well, the teams, look, you just look at the line, and you both lines. Our first round draft pick is like, put him on a milk carton. I haven't seen him. Kenneth Grant hasn't really done anything. What has he done? Chop Robinson, they don't use him right. Willie Gay, is he even on the roster? We signed him. They don't play him. We got Taj Washington. We're hurting that receiver. You signed Keeney. He doesn't play. I mean, he plays, but it's no plays to him. So what is our plan? Our plan is to lose. Anybody with eyes can see it. If you don't see it, then you can't see. And now, like I said, I respect everybody on this panel. I'm not going to bash nobody on this panel because we're all men. We all have our own views, our own opinions. But come on, man. You guys have to realize that our team ain't shit. I live in Massachusetts. Don't think these son of a bitches over here feeling sorry for my punk ass. Let me let you in on a little secret.
Why? You're too happy with the Patriots being number one in the division.
Oh, my brother, I have to take a lot of abuse.
Yeah, hey,
I wear my Dolphin shit.
There's only a couple of us that called that out.
Yeah, there's a few guys and girls stores that I frequent that the brother's ducking from.
Hey, let me ask you this, guys. So if we had a real coach and a real GM that held people accountable and we weren't soft as fuck, would Tua be in the situation having to bash his teammates right now because of the shit?
He wouldn't have got drafted.
Well, I'm just saying, okay, I understand that, but if we had,
I want real quick. I was talking to Crypto at if you notice when Tua was under Brian Flores, his first few years, when clutch moments came up, I think he played better because he knew someone's on the sideline was there to hold him accountable. Every time he threw a touchdown, one thing I do know, if you look at the year before, the last year that under Brian Flores, every time he threw an interception, he came back and threw a touchdown. It was guaranteed, and he would play a lot better when he threw an interception. Now when he throws an interception, it came under bunches. You know what I'm saying? He didn't throw as many interceptions on the floor as he did with McDaniel.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Why is he throwing so many now?
Well, I think
because the team isn't under control. Like the players only meeting is a perfect example of how out of control it is. Multiple players are saying that they're, this, like, everybody is saying a little bit something different about players only meetings, and that right there screams chaos and just lack of order and discipline. And it's just allowed to happen. Like, Greer isn't doing anything about it. McDaniel isn't. Ross isn't. Like, it's basically they really think that Tua is really leading the team. Like, I think that Greer really thinks he is, or maybe I don't know. I think that
what I think. There's no adult in the room.
Mm-hmm.
We got a lot of people saying woulda, coulda, shoulda, and nobody's really the voice that someone respects.
Exactly.
I mean, we got Jordan Brooks. We got Jordan Brooks, who's a dog. Yes, but name 3 other ones like that.
But real quick, also, I want to come back to the Tua comment. Chris Perkins point this out, and I think it's 100% valid, that it's ironic that Tua, the guy who called out Tyreek for his comments saying that he has to earn his way back in, he just can't just apologize and think he's going to be in good graces, did the same thing this Sunday.
Yeah, that's true.
I keep hearing talk like that. Oh, he's got to get in his good graces, and he's got to do this, and he's got to do that. That shit is fucking stupid, and it's like so much stuff that they say to the public they should not be saying to the public.
I just think for me
adds to it.
Yeah, for me, well, there's a couple things in what you just said, Shake, about Flores, and you knew Flores was going to tell him, have something to say when he threw interceptions, and he knew he was going to score a touchdown right afterwards. Flores was there to hold him accountable. There's nobody on the team that holds Tua accountable, and I feel bad for Asante Samuel Sr. Asante Samuel Sr., let's not forget, during this offseason, had some harsh words to say about the Miami Dolphins brass, including the coaching and all that stuff, calling them spineless, gutless, have no no bark in the game, no bite or nothing, right? He said all those things about him.
Oh, that's absolute truth.
The fan base, including myself, I didn't have some opposing comments, but the fan base mostly trashed Asante Samuel, saying that he doesn't know football, he doesn't know anything. Well, how dare he say these things? Guess what? They were all true.
And you know what? You know what else is interesting, Ali? There's 2 things that you hit on the head, and both of them are correct. No accountability, no finger pointing. And you know what's great about Asante Samuel and Brian Flores? Where did they come from?
Yeah,
they came from New England.
Yeah,
New England is a no-nonsense bullshit. Nope, they don't. You never hear New England. I don't care who you are, and I'm not a fan of the Patriots. I live here. You never hear of their locker room or anybody, even when they're losing. You don't hear them bashing this, saying that.
Brady took all the blame all the time.
But what I'm saying is they're all together. Right, that's the difference.
But that's the same thing for most part. If the leader is taking all the blame, that's doing it for the team.
I'm going to tell you, like today, I just got back from Florida yesterday. I landed like 5:00. I'm at the airport. I'm just going to get my wife's luggage. I see a gang of Patriot fans. Now, I got my hoodie on. I don't know these people. I don't know who they are. The brother wanted to hide in the men's room like I was Osama bin Laden. I wanted to duck. And I know never ducked. And it's sad when you have to hide. I mean, I still wear my stuff, but when people are just like the Dolphins, I had an old lady tell me today in the supermarket, "Oh, I used to like them, but they don't get along," she says. I'm like, what? This is an old woman. I'm saying to myself, this lady has to be in her late 70s, and she's telling me my team don't get along.
Yeah.
And I'm saying to myself, man, oh man, oh man. And then my wife comes back from the supermarket and she says, oh, the assistant manager was hoping you were coming with me. I was like, tell her go fuck herself. Because she's crazy. Saul's met her. Last year,
exactly what you're talking about.
Last year, their team had a losing record. She talked like they were going to Super Bowl every week. This year, oh my Lord, I have to hide from this woman. It's crazy. I mean, there'll be better days. I mean, we got to take our lumps. I'll take 2 lumps of sugar. It is what it is.
We've been taking lumps for 25 years.
Yeah.
And before we moved over here, gentlemen, to TFTG with you guys, I remember us, Johnny O, Papa Paul, Derek, Ethan, and Tom. I remember us having this conversation when we had a chance to be the beast of the AFC East, and we shit the bed. And I clearly said this. I clearly said, watch me fuck around, lose our opportunity, and the Patriots start rebuilding and wind up taking that fucking spot again. And what is happening right now as we speak? The fucking Patriots beat the Buffalo Bills. So that means if they fuck around and beat them again, guess what happens, folks? If they get that number 1 spot, who gets the AFC East title? The New England fucking Patriots, a team that had a couple shitty seasons, and then they got Vrabel, and then they just sit there and miraculously turned this shit around. But we had a chance of having the fucking driver's seat to take over this motherfucker, and we didn't.
Another thing, Saul, that you hit right on the head. They had a couple of bad seasons, but they didn't have high contracts. They got a 4th place schedule because they were in last place in the division. So they got an easier schedule. They had a lot of money and a lot of draft picks. So they could reload quick. And they have a young quarterback who's not on a high salary yet because he's only in his 2nd year. So we're gonna be ruining the day that this son of a bitches we didn't take over when we should have taken over. It's gonna be a long time with Drake May. He's still got 3 more years before he gets a deal, unless they want to give him one early. They're gonna be good because they got picks, they got money, and one thing about Kraft, he don't play. He's not here for play. He was pissed off when they lost those 3 losing seasons, and our owners, like Shake said, it's a wagging the tail of the dog for him. He don't give a fuck about whether they win or lose because he's a playboy in New York.
He's just ready for F1 to start.
Yeah, he's a real estate agent. He don't give 2 shits. He's in the billionaire club with all the other owners, but he's not like a Jerry Jones. He's kind of like, whatever. If we win, fine. If we don't, fine. I'm networking. I'm going to be getting more money in Europe and everywhere else because that's where Europeans with the racing and all that. Same thing with the soccer when they tore up our stadium and busted it all up, but he made millions with foreign countries playing at the Hard Rock. So, till he grabs his pair and his shorts and says, hey, I'm sick of this shit. This is what we're going to do. And hire someone who is a true NFL talent evaluator, not Greer every year. Oh, well, I'm not. The fans are more concerned about the offensive line than I am. Really? Really? That's a statement you're going to make? With a quarterback who's an elf? He's not like a tall guy. What is he, 5'10", if that?
Hey, real quick, let me do a commercial break real quick.
What's up, y'all? This is Chef Jew. Looking for a great chef for your next catering party, private party, office party, etc. with welcome watering meals and desserts? Let Chef Jew Catering and Sweet Treats take care of it for you at an affordable price. Call me at 786-804-8096. Also reach me at chefjewcatering@gmail.com. Direct message on Facebook and Instagram at Chef Juice Catering. Chef Juice Catering and Sweet Treats. Food with a passion. We do it all.
Chef Jew, Miami-Dade, Palm Beach area. Get your sweet treats, good eats, and don't forget the cheesecake.
Yeah, I spoke with Chef Jew Sunday, and I told him, "You shut off, Paul, with the turtle cheesecake."
Yeah,
I met him. He was just taking pictures with Shake and Crypto. I told him, "No more cheesecake for Paul."
Mm-hmm.
Shake, I barely seen you. I think I just seen you fan club weekend or your boat campers.
Yeah. I was at the tailgate. I was at the with Papa Paul and those Johnny O.
Yep.
Yeah, I was there. We left. We ended up going on to the field to doing the flag, and I got to meet
Super
Duper, and then I ended up seeing Marino walking past us, and then yeah. So it was a pretty cool experience. And then I shook the Whitecaps hand on the field. He came to me. He was like, "Hey, what's up, man?" I was like, "Hey, what's up, bud?" And put my hand out, and he shook my hand. I said, "Dolphins for the win," and he kind of winked at me. I was like, "Yeah, okay."
He wasn't working for Vegas,
right?
So what do we expect, gentlemen, this Sunday against the Browns?
Loss.
Brandon Stewart doesn't get killed because he pissed everybody off.
I hate to be negative, but I do think I really do think that what's his name? Judkins, the running back, is going to be the next running back we make famous. Because every week we made a running back famous.
We can't stop the run. Nope. You're right. You're right, Ali.
And I know I'm putting a lot on Tua on the blame, but really quarterbacks are the face of the franchise. I don't know if Tua can really, play against Cleveland's defense. Their defense is still one of the top.
Their defense is tough. That defense is tough.
They may not have the offensive skills, but they got the defensive skills.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Not to
Don't worry about Myles Garrett.
Not to jump ahead a little bit, but Bijan Robinson, Atlanta Falcons.
That's the week after.
He's got 300 yards.
Look what he did. Look what he did against Buffalo. Look what he did against Buffalo. He's probably going to double that against us.
500 yards.
The problem with the problem with the Dolphins is there's too much I'm tackling, and we screamed and hollered about. Well, we drafted 4 defensive tackles, and I ain't heard not one of their names. You can put them all on the milk carton. Add one more, it's like the Jackson 5. We ain't heard of none of these clowns. I'm serious. They drafted Biggers, Jordan Phillips, our first round pick, Kenneth Grant. You listen. You got a better chance of joining Al Qaeda than you see these dudes doing anything. They ain't done shit.
I will give it up to Kenny G. He got his first sack in the NFL.
And it was the only play he made all day.
Yeah,
yep.
He's made all year.
Yo, he's got the perfect team to be on. He's MIA, just like Miami, because he ain't done jack.
Look, I'm with whoever's all about trading everybody and clearing house. I'm down with that.
Listen, if I'm the Dolphins right now, and we all know they ain't going no place. This week, Cleveland, a rookie quarterback, so they're going to be running the ball. It's not like we screamed all off season. We got a good pass rush. Where's Bradley Chubb? He ain't done shit. Jalen Phillips is on his last year contract. If you're going to leave because you're not going to re-sign him unless he does something. And this game showed me he's tradable. I would trade him, try to get some decent draft picks. I'm trying to trade Bradley Chubb because the season is essentially over. It's over.
Yep.
You have to build for the future, and hopefully. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. My bad, Russ. But I got Eagle fans here saying we'll take Chubb from you guys. Like I said, they're like, look, we'll take Chubb, we'll take Phillips, we'll take some guys from you.
I'll take.
You know what's crazy?
Well, Eagles are another one with a lot of draft picks. So if they're willing to give us a second round, then maybe a fourth, you know, because they're not giving us a first. That's apparent. But if you're going to give us like a second and a fourth, or a second and a fifth and a whatever, we need picks because we don't have one problem on our team. We got a bunch of them.
I was saying that all year and saying we were only going to win 5 or 6 games, and everybody thought I was crazy. And
well, Johnny O, I was the first one to say you were right, because I was saying if our team was healthy, we we're going to win 10 games. And I'm not going to say I did say it, because I live by my statement. When the season after the draft, I saying if things go, we stay relatively healthy, we'll win 10 games. Well, guess what? We're not winning no fucking 10 games. We might lose 12. We might lose 13 games.
I was right there.
Here's the crazy shit, Johnny O. The crazy shit, Johnny O. You and Papa Paul predicted 5.
Yep, Papa Paul said the same thing, and I'm going to acknowledge that. Papa Paul said the exact same thing. Papa Paul said 4 wins. Johnny said 4 or 5. I was on the 10 if we were healthy. There's a lot of guys on our roster.
7 and 10.
Yep, you got to cut your losses. Austin Jackson, he got to go.
Yep.
Got to go.
Hell, I said we have to have the best defensive 7 front. And
Jalen Phillips, if he's tradable, got to go. Bradley Chubb, got to go. Jalen Wright, you traded up in the draft to get him, got to go.
I know this is going to be a hot take for some, but I'm trading Zach Seiler at the same time.
I agree.
And you think about it, you think about it. This is the first year now that he has a contract, like an actual contract.
He hasn't done shit.
He hasn't done shit.
He hasn't done shit.
You gotta remember though, these guys that get these contracts, normally the year they sign the contracts, they do terrible. Look at
Zach isn't playing terrible because he's not playing. Zach's playing terrible.
No, he's got no help.
He's got nobody next to him. He's double teamed on every goddamn play because they can take Grant on with one guy. They can take Phillips on with one guy. They don't have to worry about him. So Zach is double teamed constantly.
Look at the years that he has done well. Look who was next to him.
That's what I'm saying. He's got nobody next to him now.
Campbell. Now there's no Calais Campbell. You have a rookie next to him, and it's just not working out. At this point, I would trade him, to be honest. That's right.
You know what, too? The big thing everybody can say, well, we had Christian Wilkins. They waited too long, didn't give him a deal. Calais Campbell, same thing. Could have gave him a 1-year deal. Calais Campbell was a big-time voice in that locker room. You didn't see none of this foolishness. And by you taking that voice out of your locker room for, like Ali said a few weeks ago, the league got younger. A lot of guys, quote-unquote, leaders after 3 years. You're not a leader. You haven't done shit. You may lead in Instagram posts and in Snapchat and everything else, but that's not a leader. These guys today, well, you know why they wanted out is because there was no discipline. Right. If I'm your boss at work and they say, "Hey, Derek, your shift starts 7, you work 7 to 3, and you're showing up 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock," what's the boss gonna say? If the boss don't hold you accountable, the boss ain't gonna be around long because he has to answer to somebody. But it's funny, the person that upstairs doesn't care. So shit, then Craig, your shift starts 7 to 3. That's like Saul works. Say Saul works 7 to 6 every day. Saul says, "Fuck that! I'm coming in at 10 o'clock." But I'm just saying, your boss tells you gotta be at 7 to 3 is your hours, 8-hour day, and you show up 8:30, and then the next day you say, "Fuck it, my boss ain't saying that. I'll show up at 10." Well, I show up when I feel like it, and no accountability's coming your way, and then your boss has to answer to his boss. And now if his boss is telling him, "I don't care," then what are you supposed to do?
Another reason, why are we not clearing out Greer and McDaniels? Like what skeletons does Greer have in the closet on Ross?
Greer has all the skeletons from the Flores case. That's exactly what he has. He has all the dirt. I'm gonna be honest with you, Derek. This is real shit. And I'm not attacking you. I'm just keeping it a bean with you. If Greer gets fired today or tomorrow, We are not going to get any draft picks with all the bullshit he knows about what behind the whole scandal with Flores and the whole thing with the boat, the visit with Tom Brady and all that bullshit. And all that shit's going to come out. You don't think we're going to get penalized by the NFL behind that? We're going to get heavily penalized behind that because we were doing shit that we had no business doing.
Yeah.
You know, the funny thing is, Stephen Ross is from Michigan. Tom Brady played at Michigan. If Greer got fired next week, you guarantee that there's going to be a memoir coming out that offseason saying about, oh, well, we were talking to him while he was still playing with the Patriots. Or there's going to be mad stuff coming out. And then Tom Brady, of course, he's a pot owner. He's going to get audited, or not audited, but he'll get subpoenaed. And then Roger Goodell's going to say, oh, so you guys really were doing that. It'll be 3 years of no first-round picks, fines. It's going to be something. And that's why Ross is keeping Greer.
And also, I get what Winters and what Russell's saying. I agree with that. He definitely does know a lot about what happened during that time. But there's another reason why, you know, if I'm a business person, I'm an owner of a team, why I would keep Chris Greer just for now and start trading and being the sellers that we're being rumored to be in the media right now is because one thing that Chris Greer does well is he always wins trades. He's always been able to pull off these crazy trades where we get multiple first round picks or we're getting some big time player for nothing. You know
what the cool thing with that, Ali, is? Yeah, he does that, but he doesn't know how to pick the players in the following year.
Oh, I agree. He doesn't know how to pick the draft players.
And that's where our problem lies. We need a pro development guy who knows.
I agree with that, Russell. That's not what I'm arguing. I'm just saying for now, I would use him just for that, to sell all the players, trade them, and all that, get as much draft capital before you move off of him, right?
Yep.
Before you turn around and say, okay, I'm making you the new caretaker for the F1 race team or whatever you're going to upgrade him to. That's actually what I would do. And also, if people don't know this, I believe, and I read this somewhere, Tannenbaum, when he was let go, that's what happened. He ended up working for another company that Ross owned. That's what someone told me.
I mean, it's always possible. I mean, but Ross, like anybody, he doesn't know football. And to him, it's like a big party, hanging out, doing the stupid waddle dance in the fucking owner's box. And he's just an old white guy who's rich and don't give two shits about the sport. He's like a lot of guys. There are guys who are serious about winning, and there's guys who are just happy to be owning a team. And they know with all the television money and all the revenue, we can sit and say, oh, they don't have any money. Bullshit. That motherfucker got money he ain't even used yet. And all of them do. I mean, some teams in smaller markets don't have as much as a bigger market, but they all have money because that TV deal, you don't think for a second that they ain't going to add more and more games overseas to different countries because they're getting bigger revenues, TV rights, and different venues wanting to have these games. Soccer stadiums that hold 120,000. They're just waiting. It's like a gun loaded. They're ready to just start firing. And there will be a Super Bowl overseas. It's coming. It's coming.
Yep. You know, the key is they want to have an overseas game every week. That's the key. That's what their goal is. From week 1 all the way to week 17, they want to have a game overseas somewhere. It doesn't matter if it's England, doesn't matter if it's Spain, doesn't matter if it's Germany. They want to have an overseas game because of their money.
Yeah. Yep.
And you know, the funny thing is, Sky Sports in London, they getting 4 games a year in London. Jacksonville's like their home team. They playing 3 games a year in England. You got Ireland a game this past year was the Steelers playing in Ireland. Then there's a game, 2 games in Germany. There will be a game next year in Mexico. You got a game this year in Spain. You had a game in Brazil. There's going to be a game in Australia at some point, Japan. And then, God forbid, China gets involved with all that money. And Saudi Arabia, another one with all that money. It's going to happen.
Why?
Because It's viable for them all to make money. And then when they have the game overseas, you see fans of all different teams. They'll have them. I'm pretty sure Johnny O or they'll be able to tell you when they go to game in Spain. They'll have an NFL shop selling jerseys for every team that plays in the NFL in the country that the game's being played at. So I mean, it's just a cash cow.
100%. Been saying that for years.
And there's going to be a Super Bowl overseas. I'm telling you, it's coming, and they're going to put it in one of the biggest stadiums so they can make buku bucks. It won't be in a stadium that holds 70,000. It'll be in a stadium that holds 130,000, like the soccer championship games. And then people are going to be like, "What's a Super Bowl overseas?" Well, guess what? Super Bowl's overseas because they'll make a killing. That's why. Those 32 owners don't give two shits about you. I just saw where Stephen Ross is raising the ticket prices next year. And of course, all of the fans are going to pay for it. We can bitch and moan all we want. But as fans, you love the game. You're going to want to be there because every year's a different year. You're optimistic, like every baseball team, spring training. Everybody thinks they're going to World Series. I mean, it's reality, but it's part of the process. But you don't get as excited over baseball as you do football because there's 162 baseball games. There's only 17 football fucking games. Your team can lose 30 games and still make the playoffs. You ain't losing 8 games and making the NFL playoffs. It's very rare. I mean, now 9-8, but I mean, you can't start out 0-9 and say, "Oh, we're gonna make the playoffs." No, you're not doing that. And I know we all like we all like sports, basketball, football, but there's so many of them. You're playing every night. Football's once a week, whether it's Friday, Monday, Thursday, whatever day, your team plays once that week. You got 17 weeks to accomplish something.
You get that Thursday game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That Thursday game is a
yeah, but there's 17 total weeks of your season. You have to play 17 total games. They want to raise it, fine, whatever. But I hope they don't. But they, baseball is 161 games. You'll be like, "Oh, my team lost 7 games in a week. I don't give a shit. They got next week. They're playing 5 games or whatever." You got a long season. So, like me and Saul always talk, we don't get excited about baseball till August because most of the season, depending where you live, starts in March. You give 2 shits about March, April, and May. Talk to me in August.
Yep. And one thing about Ross raising the ticket prices, by week 5 it'd be $25 a ticket again.
Yeah. And you know what I'm saying? But he got so much money shake with the racing and the tennis. And he got, he's like one of those, "Hey, you're Serena Williams. Here, buy 1%. Hey, Mark Anthony, buy 1%. Hey, you, just for show." Because a lot of people are groupie chasers. If the team sucks, well, hey, guess what? He got Jennifer Lopez showing up at a game. People are there I'm going to see Jennifer Lopez. They're going to buy a ticket like it's a concert. She ain't singing. Or Jay-Z might pop in or whoever. Because I remember going to a Monday night game with my friends against New England. And Chad Henne was our quarterback. And that motherfucking Brady threw for 500 fucking yards on Monday Night Football. And they had Will Smith in the booth, Mark Anthony, Jennifer Lopez. They were all there. And the team we got their asses stomped. It was like 51 to like 30, but the game wasn't even that close. And Wes Welker had scored a 99-yard pass on like a 5-yard. He faked the shit out of Terrell Buckley, ran right past him, 99 yards. And I had to sit in a section with a bunch of New England fans in Miami, mad as hell. And, they got
the revenge game. That was Walker's revenge game.
Yep, they had people there for show.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yep, that was on Monday Night Football. Chad Henne was our quarterback, and I was like, "You got to be kidding me!" And we've had Johnny O has said it. I've said it. It's been a 28-year almost I went to the last playoff win against the Colts in 2000.
Damn.
My uncle was on the coaching staff with Dave Wanstead. And that's when they were physical with Daryl Gardner and Tim Bowens. And they had Channing Crowder and they had Patrick Surtain and Sam Madison. They had a good physical team. Knock you off the ball offensive line. Jamie Nails, Donnelly, Tim Ruddy. They had Jay Fiedler was a quarterback. Think about that for a second. That ain't even close to the talent we got, the team we got. But know what the difference was? You had leaders. You had guys that put that on the line. These guys are softer than cotton candy. And most of the guys we got are more concerned about commercials and I'm gonna be on this. I got the shoe deal. I'm doing this. It's not the same. And as much as we want to hope it be different, it ain't gonna change till you get somebody in there that says, "Hey, enough is enough. We've had enough of this playtime. It's South Florida. We know they got the beach. We got no state tax. You guys can do whatever you want." Somebody has to be the voice of reason saying this is unacceptable. Until that happens, you're going to get this every year. And, hopefully with Tua's run, he's here for this year and next year for sure. Unless some idiotic event happens where they can trade off that contract, which I highly doubt. But, the offensive line is trash. We all, James Daniels from the Steelers, we got Jonah, we got Patrick Paul. We all hated on Eichenberg. I'd rather have Eichenberg right now than fucking, what's his name? That Larry Borum. That guy couldn't block me, and I'm 61. It sucks.
Russell, real quick, you don't think it's possible that the Miami Dolphins have the ability to do what the Denver Broncos did when they moved?
I think anything's possible. I mean, P.T. Bonham says the sucker's born every minute. It only takes one. There's 31 other teams outside of us. It only takes one team. Hey, honestly, Tua could be on the New Orleans Saints. If they would give us a bunch of shit and we could get something else, I would do it in a minute.
Yeah,
there's a bunch of teams.
Just take his contract.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't care. Just take his money. Because if he takes the money, we can do something else. But that's the issue. Who's going to take the money?
I'm just saying that I would, to be honest, in that retrospect of like trading him, any team, it doesn't matter who they are, if they want to.
Oh, I don't care.
Right now,
I'll trade him for a bag of golf balls and a fucking Ottawa Rough Riders. I don't give a shit.
But what I'm talking about is what the Denver Broncos did. They just straight up cut Russell Wilson, took the dead cap. It was like, I want to say it's like $50-some million dead cap. And they wrote it for a year. Now, granted, I know Tua's dead cap this year is like
high
million, right? Something like that. And then if you look at all the players that we on this show we've talked about, let's go ahead and trade him away.
Yep.
Everybody with money, we're going to be left with a bunch of players that aren't with big contracts.
Yep.
Could we afford to do it? That was my
actually, the Broncos just cut him, and that's why that's when he signed with Pittsburgh for the cheap.
Yep. I think Ali, you have a good point there. The only problem I see with that is if we don't trade guys, because Chubb's still got money. We just signed Jalen Waddle to an extension. We got what's his name? I can see his face. Sela. So, I mean, we got guys on the books that we would have to definitely move in order to take on dead cap money. I mean,
Tyreek is one of them too. Tyreek,
but he's got no more guaranteed money. Yeah, he's got no more guaranteed money. And if you know what they say, he'll get like 11 million. They'll cut him before the league year starts. And then what's his name? Rosenhaus is already talking about, he wants to come back and he'll take any deal type thing. So, I mean, you don't know what his recovery is going to be. You don't know how long it's going to be, but I'm guaranteeing you're not paying him $20 million. You're not paying him 15. You might not even pay him 10.
No.
So, I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, it all depends. Like Derek had said earlier, we all jump on Tua. Yeah, he had some bad interceptions. Yes, he threw 3. One wasn't his fault, the first one of the game. The guy bobbled it in the air. And then the second one was a terrible pass. The third one was 5 seconds left in the game. It wasn't like you were going to go 90 yards to win the game on a slant. No, it wasn't going to work. But push comes to shove, you got to be accountable. You cried and cried about give me the money. Well, you got the money. Now what are you going to do with it? You're just spending the money. You're there for show. Anybody can get a deal, but what are you going to do with the deal? Because there's a lot of guys that ain't making no money that are playing well. I mean, shit. I take Matt Jones right now.
Yeah. The way
I mean, he's playing better than Tua. He's playing way better than Tua. But Tua's thing is, if you watch the games, he seems like he's got happy feet, like he's worried about that next injury. Like he's not like precise like he was where, look quick, let it go. He's trying to prolong the play, and he's not athletic enough to prolong the play.
Yeah.
If you played against that, if you played behind that offensive line, you probably have happy feet too, bro.
No, and I understand that, but I'm saying there's instances where, okay, your first read ain't there, you look, second read ain't there, throw it away. He's still trying to get a third read, or he's trying to move out of the pocket like he's got mobility, which he doesn't have. And then we're seeing him roll out, and then he'll slide. It's 1 yard. Throw the ball away then, for that matter. Live for a next play.
Anyways, gentlemen, I have to take off. I got to take care of family stuff. I want to thank you all. Derek, again, I'm sorry for going hard at you. I'm just a passionate fan, man, and I hope you.
Hey, cousin. Hey, Ali, we're all fans, and we all know. I'm sure Derek ain't taking it personal. Derek's an Orioles fan, so he has enough problems on his head.
Y'all hurt my feelings, man.
I'm pretty sure.
Hey, Johnny and Papa Paul and everybody in Winters have all met me, even Russell. I got some pretty big shoulders. Damn shoulders.
I'm pretty sure Derek's not softer than Kleenex. He's okay.
I apologize. That's all.
So, I appreciate you, Ali, man, brother.
Yeah, it's all good, man. Hey, we all
have a good night, Ali.
Yep, have a good night, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, Johnny always said it. We said it freaking before the draft. We ain't gonna be good. I mean, I'll be the bearer of bad news. I said 10 wins. Drug test me. It happened.
It's funny. I was thinking that when you said it, but I didn't want to say it.
And that's okay, because like I said early in April, just being a fan, I'm figuring if we're healthy, we're going to win 10 games. I mean, nobody's sitting here saying that they thought the Indianapolis Colts were going to be 4-1 or 5-1 or whatever they are. We all like, they're going to be, they got both them quarterbacks. They ain't going to do shit. They look like one of the better teams in the AFC. And I mean, Jonathan Taylor's legit. We all know that. But I mean, come on. It's just a part of sports. I mean, you got the good with the bad. I mean, Pittsburgh's 4-1 or 3-1, but they're not really that good. Aaron Rodgers ain't done really much. It's just, the scheduling is worked out. Seattle's played up and down. I think the best team in the league right now is Tampa Bay. And they lost to Philly, and they could have beat Philly, and Philly's had some rough stretches, but in the end, the teams that belong there will be there.
Well, the good thing is next year we will have the fourth place schedule, so.
Yeah, we'll be in last place.
No.
We'll get the third place to the Jets.
The Jets score 11 points against Cleveland and lose 13-11.
Yeah, so I just think the Dolphins, the funny thing is, we could end up with the number one pick, but I can see it right now. The Dolphins have the first pick of the draft. Whoever the legit number one guy is, whether he's offensive tackle or whoever, they'll say, the Dolphins have the first pick in the NFL draft. The Dolphins select Jim Smith, punter, Iowa.
All right, I have a trivia for you guys. What does Ben Roethlisberger, Brock Purdy, and Tim Tebow have in common?
They've all won playoff games.
Well, they have another thing in common.
They've been to the Super Bowl, and Bills haven't, and Josh Allen hasn't?
No, all three of them got their first win against the Miami Dolphins.
As starters, yep. Yep, all as starters, yeah.
That breaks my heart.
Yeah, well, hey, you know what it is? Man. We all can sit here and say whatever we want, but at the end of the day, we all have the Dolphins in our DNA. We ain't going nowhere.
Yep.
We all bitching and moaning. We all say our piece, but we're all Dolphin fans. We're all going to continue to be Dolphin fans. We ain't like tomorrow you're going to be like, oh, fuck the Dolphins. I'm going to get me a Raiders hat, or I'm going to get me a Steelers sweatshirt. At the end of the day, we're still going to be Dolphin fans. As mad as we bitch and moan and scream and holler, the following season, we'll be talking shit at the draft, who we want, who we need, what we want, what we need to do, and we're still going to be doing it. I love you guys. It's always a pleasure chatting football with you guys, all of you. I'm happy I get to meet Derek and Johnny O this past weekend.
Yes, it was great.
Yeah, you know.
Glad I finally got to put a face with the voice.
Uh-huh.
And
Well, I
me this past weekend too, Russell.
What's that?
I said I'm happy you got to meet me this past weekend too.
Yeah, well, I know you already. I shared a room with you. I know you.
Hey,
I heard you cutting down redwood trees in the room I was in. I know you already.
hey, listen, Russell. I agree with Russell. We're not gonna go get Raiders hats.
Oh Jesus! Look at this guy.
Yeah, that's my fucking brother's a Raiders fan. Hell no, that ain't happening.
Shake got on his Raiders hat, but y'all represent NWA. You ain't representing the fucking Raiders.
Yeah, and see what happens when he puts the hat on. The cat comes in and puts his ass in the picture.
Yep, puts his ass on. Tell Shake the Raiders the ass. Hey, you know what's funny, Shake? The last time the Raiders were good, NWA had Straight Outta Compton on.
Yeah.
Okay,
Russell, you don't look 61. That's for damn sure.
No, I know. I mean, God is good. I feel like 81, but I may look in the 40s.
Yeah, you walking around like a G down there. That's what you were doing.
No, I was actually chilling with Shake and Crypto, and you know, I'm diabetic, so I try to stay out of the heat. I had a towel on my forehead, walking around looking like the Pharaoh. You know, it was kind of hot.
Yeah,
and then
it's funny. That's what I was telling Winters. I said, "Damn,
Russell
was looking like the Pharaoh of Egypt."
Yep. Because when I walked up, I saw Johnny O first because me and Sheldon were coming up. And me, Sheldon, and David from Phoenix, we were coming across, you know, from the front of the building. I had seen Derek at the Marino statue with his friend. So I met his friend, and we were chatting. So when we came up, I knew Johnny O because I heard him talking. So I said, that's Johnny O. So when Johnny O had his hat on, I said, hey, how you doing? He said, hey, how you doing? I said, you know me? He said, nah, I don't know you. And I said, he says, he's looking at me, and I said, you don't know who I am? He said, no. And I said, my name's Russell. Oh, man, you know, so we were chopping it up.
Because you never show your face, you only talk. So
yeah,
when you started talking, I'm like, wait, I know that
Listen,
voice.
Yeah, I'm incognito.
Yeah.
Not incognito. Nah, but I was, like I said, it was good meeting you guys. I seen Paul and Derek and Shake at boat campers. I know Johnny O don't like boat campers. So yeah, saw them. I met earlier. So, and I met Mrs. Papa Paul. So everything was good, you know, outside of the result, you know. But like I said, at the end of the day, we can bitch and moan all we want. We're still gonna be Dolphin fans.
All right. Me and Papa Paul had to win all that good merchandise at boat campers this past weekend.
Yep.
Johnny O, why don't you like friggin' boat campers? Because it's expensive as hell.
The price is too much. The service sucks. I went the first few years they did it, and it was decent, but the service kept getting worse. They're not putting more staff on. They know we're coming. You got all these people. You can't get a drink when you get your food. It's already cold. It's like, nah, bullshit.
Yeah. For the first time since I've been going there, they actually had the bar windows open there, Johnny, and had that whole bar window opened up.
Well, it's about damn time with so many people there.
And there was
there was not as many people there this year as there was last year.
No, last year was bigger. You know, it was still hot in there though. I was in there with, like I said, I was in there with a towel from the hotel on my head, looking like the Pharaoh, and it was so hot I could have sworn I saw the devil clipping his toenails.
Well, Friday night I went to the get together at Lulu's, and there was barely anybody there. Last year there was like, I don't know, 70, 80 people. This year there was like 20.
Yeah. I didn't go to the get together this year at Lulu's. I ended up going just to both campus. Then we went back to our hotel. We had dinner, and then we went walking on the beach, just chilling. And then it started pouring like nobody's business. It looked like a biblical movie. I was like, "What the hell?" And then the police had like all kind of SUVs because you know how idiots will jump on surfboards and waves was like crazy as hell. So I was like, "Nah, I ain't doing all that." And then my
I don't
girl,
know if you guys knew or not. I'm passing Jaguar Stadium right now because I was moving some stuff into our new place. They are pretty much copying what Hard Rock Stadium looks like with the canopy.
It's a smart move. It's a smart move in a Florida stadium. If you're being real, if the freaking if the Bucks ever redo theirs, they'll do that. Hey, it's hot as shit, buddy.
Yeah, it's hot as hell out
Get out of
there.
that sun, dog. And you know, might as well anchor it in a way where the opposing team's on it. It's pretty brilliant. So
Yeah, well, consider the Dolphin sidelines in the shade and the visiting teams in the heat, and it was hot Sunday. That sun was crazy. I was
It was
like,
supposed to be like 84 degrees, and it felt like 100.
It was only
it was
84
crazy.
with 95% humidity.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was like I said, I was in the lower section 130, and I was like, this lady, she was jumping up and down like a jack in the box, Charger fan. She was from California, and it was her and her son, and the son lives in Miami, and he was like, "Oh, well, I'm a Chargers fan." I'm like, "You're from Miami, you're a Chargers fan?" He's like, "Oh, I was born in San Diego." So I was just sitting there, and this lady, every damn fucking time the Chargers did something, she popping up that fucking like Oscar the Grouch. I'm like, lady, man, you need to sit the fuck down, man. I was looking at her like Mike Tyson, man, cutting them eyes. When you remember the fight with the first fight out of jail when they're reading him the rules, his eyes are going back and forth. I was looking at that lady. I was like, man, I might end up getting a case down here. I'm gonna punch an old lady over a Dolphin fucking game. I gotta slow down. And then I seen Allie and Jared at the half, and they were like, "Uncle Russell, what you think's going on?" I was like, "I'm gonna tell you what's going on. I hope you guys got bail money." And they started laughing. I was like, "This lady."
Hey, Cap, are you doing any other shows this week, Cap?
yeah, we'll. I don't know. I might maybe do one tomorrow. A lot of talk about players up for trade and the trade deadline, and and the Dolphins looking to be sellers or buyers. I don't see how they better win over the next 3 weeks to consider themselves to be buyers. But
yeah,
and I still think I don't know how they could buy anything. They got
Captain, would you move Chubb? Would you move Chubb and Phillips, Cap?
I'll be honest. I'd move literally everybody right now, like Achane, everybody for the right price. Right now, Achane, I know everybody's like, "Oh, Cap," Achane's a 3rd round draft pick, running back. I don't see why if someone gives you a 2nd and a 3rd, you don't take that all day. You're not going to get a 1st for him. If someone gives you a 2nd and a 5th or something like that, you jump on that. Because the bottom line is Achane's in his final year of his contract next year, and Achane ain't going to play without a new deal. I wouldn't if I was him. He shouldn't and won't. So the Dolphins are going to pay him next year to stay here, or are they going to trade him later on down the line? So, again, if someone's offer is really good, now if they're getting dirt offers, I don't see how they couldn't get an incredible offer for him right now. Like a team that's really
the whole offense.
Dude, he's a wide receiver. He's a running back. In a different time and place, I would be ecstatic to have this guy on his team, and I'd be telling everybody to pay him. But that's just not who and what we are right now. This team will have $80 million plus in negative cap day one of the end of this season. They start cutting and letting people go and stuff. We'll be well over $100 million. They cut Tua, they're up to like $112 million in negative dead cap. So I think they should. But to me, I would sell everything off. And I want to look at all the players and who's worth something and what do we think they're worth, and then also rank them on who is most likely to go and stuff like that. There's been a lot.
If it was me, I understand what you're saying. I mean, of course, people will be up in arms, but like you said, if you're going to get a 2nd and a 3rd for Achane, or 2nd and 2 3rd, anything, I'm taking it.
I mean,
the only ones but if you're not, if it's like you said, if it's dirt deals, hell no. I'm keeping Waddle, I'm keeping Achane, but I'm gonna try to move off of Bradley Chubb, Jalen Phillips, and Jalen Wright because you're not using them anyway. And
everyone says Bradley Chubb as the guy because A, we want to offload of him, and B, there's money attached, but that doesn't make it appealing.
No, I understand that. I mean, we're not rushing the pass any old way.
Again, giddy up, get his ass up out of here. I don't give a damn. But we have to be realistic on who is most likely to get, traded. These types of things. Jalen Waddle's a name being thrown around.
Yep.
I would.
They were talking about going to Philly. I was like, what?
They're talking about.
Oh God, that's the last thing I want to say.
Yep, I thought of you saw right away when I saw that. Sporting news.
Oh my God, third time's a charm. Third time's a fucking charm.
There's a lot of potential buyers for him. Sadly, there's some interdivision guys like the Bills might be buyers at wide receiver, and
New England. Yep.
Patriots are right
Could
there.
you imagine Jalen Waddle and New England Patriot? Oh, I'd be sick.
I wouldn't do that. I
wouldn't
do that. I would not send.
I would never do that. But you know what's funny, Captain? We say we wouldn't, but you seen the Dolphins trade Wes Welker to the Patriots. So anything's possible.
Well, Wes Welker was a mid-round guy. Like, wasn't Wes Welker drafted in like the 6th round or some shit?
Yes,
like that?
But I'm saying that's an interdivision.
I get it.
I think he was.
How it bit us in the ass.
Yeah. Oh, that bit us in the ass.
I'm not interested in having to look at Waddle in a Patriots uniform.
Oh, I'd be sick. Well, I live here in Massachusetts. How sick would I be?
I mean, not that I think Waddle be torching us or anything like that. I
don't want him there.
I don't want to see it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be able to root for Waddle when he leaves and goes and has success somewhere else. I see him in a Patriot uniform, and I'm going to have to hate him. I don't think Waddle's wasting his career, and he's wasted. And I also think he's a waste for what we picked him at. Like, he hasn't lived up to anything here in Miami. But I
can see Waddle with the Chiefs.
God. I'll be sick there too.
Yeah, again, we're going to talk about that probably tomorrow. Just going into all these players and where they would fit, and because there's a lot of rumors coming out, there's a lot of things going on. And
actually, Achane will fit in with the Chiefs too.
Yep.
Achane actually with the Chiefs.
Oh my God.
I just hope, like I said, if we trade somebody, I hope it's like not our future. I mean, if you're gonna trade guys, you gotta trade guys to build for the future, obviously.
No, Russell, that's my point though. And Lou was up here last night when I had the show on. He's like, he's been making this take the last few weeks or so about I would trade Patrick Paul. And now, not for nothing, but some team calls up and say, I'll give you a first and 2 seconds for Patrick Paul. We got him in the second round.
Yeah, and then you go get that big lineman from Alabama.
Oh, Proctor. Yeah, Proctor. Yeah.
How I'm looking at it right now with the Dolphins, there's a lot of talent, and the talent is going to be devalued at the end of this season. A lot of these guys are either gone or looking for contracts, and we're going to not be able to keep them or whatever. And this team, via negative dead cap right now, is going to be minimum, and at minimum, they're going to be spending only 2/3 of their budget next year.
Why is the dead cap so bad for? Like, why are we so in the hole so much? I thought we were good if we still kept two on the.
Well, we had Jones, we had Byron Jones, a lot of those guys. We never
honestly. Tua's money is really the offsetting factor of dead cap. Plus, there's ex players that we're paying off too. And listen, again, I'll break in those numbers on what everything is at the end of the season, but it doesn't look good. And it can only go up from here if they cut players. So rather than cut them, let's trade them and get
them off the books. Yeah.
Right.
It's a double dip on this. You're getting money back on your roster, and you're shedding talent. If the Dolphins do it and do it right, and this is, however it is, right?
Yeah.
If it's new GM, new head coach, new quarterback, new whatever, I think if they're smart, they tank next year. and tank organically by fielding an inferior team, just like we did with Brian Flores so many years ago, but actually get a year out in front of it with shedding even more talent than we did with the Laramie Tunsil trade. If you could think about what I'm saying here is that if somehow way they can accrue more value than they did trading everyone, every player we're talking about, they trade all these guys, and it equals to more value than they had when they traded away Laramie Tunsil, along with not picking a quarterback next year. If they have, a top fucking 8 pick, trade that bitch back if you can and get more capital.
Get more picks, yep.
Set ourselves up back on top with a lot of fucking picks, a lot of first-round picks potentially, at least a lot of capital to move up the board the following season to grab who we want if we're not in position, or get our guy, and then have all this stuff to fucking build around him. Plus, we'll be flush with fucking cash. You don't know what you got or what your quarterback needs. So that rookie season, you just kind of feel that out. And then you'll be even double flush with cash with picks, hopefully, if you do it right, to build everything that guy needs around him and to actually try to fucking do this thing right for once.
Right.
And it's like a 3-year fucking plan, if I'm being real. But that's how you got to look at it now because of the way the cap is. And also the cap's going to be going up. You strike while iron's hot, you're going into a sophomore season with a quarterback you feel great about in 2027, and you're flush with picks and cash to fucking do everything and then some and build a team and go under that fucking window that you need. Because it's so hard to fucking win a Super Bowl after you pay a quarterback the bag. There's very few quarterbacks that have done that. So
Cap, the only bad part of that is if that happens, I gotta move to Afghanistan because I can't live here in Massachusetts. 3 years of being trash. You're telling me for 3 years I gotta be trash in this city with hell no. They're gonna be like, what?
Man.
Paul, thanks for sharing that comment. That's Joshua that works at the store. He says hello to me every time I go in there.
Yeah.
He listens to our program. He says he's been listening for a long time. Good kid, always smiling, very helpful. So,
Josh, what up, Josh?
Good to see your comment.
What's up, Josh? Thanks for.
Hey, Derek, are you a Florida Panther fan?
Tall boy in the back of backwoods, dog. I'll be there in a minute if at the store.
Derek, are you a Florida Panther fan?
I mean, being down here, my bro, I was never really followed hockey, but I'm told that I need to start following them.
Oh, well, I was just to let you know the Detroit Red Wings just beat them 4-1.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm a Ovechkin fan. I'm a Cap fan when I watch it because I just like.
And the Flyers got him the other night.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys, it's getting late.
Yeah, it's call it. Johnny O, it's nice meeting you and Derek.
Absolutely, brother. It's good to finally meet you.
Hey, Johnny O, when you go to Spain, are you going to be wearing a red, white, and gold bag over your head for the Spanish flag?
Yeah, I might have to.
Have a good night.
Y'all have a wonderful night. Peace, love, and fins up, everybody.
Peace, love, and fins up. Nice seeing all y'all. Nice seeing all you, brother.
Fins up. Later.
Hey.